this is Miss Sam's Creekside Preschool class. We have been talking about sending out letters and why Christmas time is so special, and one thing is to give to other people. So the kiddos got to pick somebody special to send a card, and we talked about where they would send their card, how they would get their card to somebody, and we all knew that we'd have to take it to a post office. So we got stamps, we put our addresses on them, and they got to visit the post office and send them out.
Did y'all have fun at the post office?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys mail out your cards?
Yeah, did you mail them all?
Did you get them sent? Did you take your pictures and drop them down?
We put stamps on them.
Put our stamps on them this morning, huh?
Hi, my name is Byron Pitchford. I've been working in the post office for 19 years. I've been here in Sonora for 3 years, Hodgenville for 10, and the rest I was in Louisville, Kentucky as a letter carrier.
So remember we were talking about things that you can buy at the post office? Look, they even have price tags on them. What number is this? 6? 6? 5. So that means that these envelopes up here cost $6.65. So these have different price tags on them to let you know how much they cost. So you can buy boxes to put things in. You can buy envelopes to put things in. Is this envelope bigger or smaller than ours? It's a lot bigger than ours, isn't it? That's like for a big old letter, maybe to Santa. Then you can buy boxes over here and envelopes over there. And then right here is where we would buy our stamps. Remember we put our stamps on our envelopes, our different kinds of stamps? You can buy the stamps up here. Remember we were talking about the scale to see how heavy something was or how light it was? They'll put it on the scale and they'll see how much you're going to need in order to mail your package or your letter. And then it tells you what the prices are for those boxes up there and different stamps that they have available. Okay? All right. Have you guys ever been to the post office? No? And what types of things can you do at the post office?
Get mail.
You can get mail. You can help sort mail maybe. What else? You can... You might be able to put them on a conveyor belt. We'll have to see if they have a conveyor belt here at this post office. You can put mail in the mailbox. There's a mailbox out there. We'll show it to you when we leave here that you guys can just drop things in if you're running behind or you just want to quickly drop it off. You can drop it off outside instead of coming inside. Are you guys ready to mail out your cards? Okay, let's go on back over. Let's mail out our cards real quick.
Look,
All right.
what do you think this is for?
See, we got packages.
Whoa!
Some of these might be for you guys, so I probably shouldn't.
No, it's not.
You don't know?
It could be
Where do you live?
a house.
Okay, your house.
Give us. Me too.
Some of these presents, we've got letters in here. This is Miss Sharon's route. Miss Sharon Choate. And she delivers out on Center Point, Flint Hill. So then we have letters, Christmas cards. In fact, in the P.O. box, I was just getting ready to deliver some Christmas cards to people
That's a
there.
bus. We should have a
Christmas cards.
She has your Christmas cards. That's
See?
right.
And when you mail those today, I will send them a driver from E-Town to come pick them up tonight. They'll take them from E-Town to Louisville. And in Louisville, they'll sort them, and wherever they have to go, the Christmas cards more than likely be delivered in, what's today, Wednesday? By Saturday, they'll get the Christmas cards that you mailed today.
So it's for some of you friends that mailed them to your moms or your dads or grandmas, if you mailed them to them, then he's saying that if we mail them today, they're going to get there this weekend. So you might see them in your mailbox this weekend.
I want you to mail my Nana.
Your Nana?
Yeah.
That's what we put on your card.
Okay. So some of them you'll see tomorrow. If you mail them, if you live here in Sonora and you mail them to Sonora, you'll get the cards tomorrow. So you should check the mailbox tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you sent them to your moms or your dads, you need to tell us we got to check the mail. It might already be there. The mailman's super fast, it sounds like.
So then you'll see like Miss Sharon or Miss Lisa will come up, pull up in your driveway, or put the mail in your box, and if your mom has to sign for something, she'll honk the horn, they'll come out.
I put on a school in my house.
Why don't we ask him what we asked the firefighter? How do you become a mailman?
Guess what? We saw police and a fire.
He did, and we asked him, he said, how did you become a policeman? Maybe we need to find out how to become a mailman.
A mailman will.
What do you all think?
Good.
Let's ask him.
Well, you have to go to Louisville, and there's a test you have to take. And you can either become a mailman, or a clerk, or a driver. And you have to take a test. And if you pass it, and depending on how you do on the test, is what job you get.
We talked a little bit at school, but we would love to hear from a mailman what a letter should look like in order to go to be mailed.
If I wanted to send this to you, I would have to put your name down here, and your address, and what city you live in, and the zip code. And up in the upper right-hand corner, I would put my return address, so in case we couldn't deliver it to you, the letter would come back to me. So does anyone know how much a letter costs to send? So I can send it to California for, guess what? For 49 cents.
Whoa, that's very big.
Yeah. So for less than 50 cents, you can send a letter to your friend in another state.
That's very awesome.
Do you all remember what we talked about? What costs money to put on it? What did we stick on it? A stamp. That's right.
I'm liking the stamp. You stick it in. If you lick it in the.
Oh no, we don't lip them anymore. They're stickers now.
Remember?
Yeah,
We talked about how we used to lick them and to stick them. But what did we use? We used a sponge, right?
Yeah.
Sticky let us use our
Yeah, we
sponge.
used the green and blue, and,
Yeah.
and we do that at school, and we was funny laughing at school teacher.
I think they taste yucky. I don't like to taste stuff.
We're not tasting yucky. We're trying to do something.
You didn't taste it, so how do you know? Do we have any other questions, guys, for him about being a mailman, about letters? Dawn?
I want to be a police officer.
He said he wants to be a police officer.
What?
A race car driver.
Race car driver's cool. I'd be a race car driver. Or a police officer. And you know, you can be a police officer for the post office too. We have our own police department in the post office. So we have our own airline pilots. If you want to fly an airplane, you can fly an airplane for the post office. You don't like planes? Okay. Yes, you can be a police officer for the post office.
You work a lot.
I do. I work.
You have to work a lot of times when you wake up and go to bed.
They get up really early, he said.
Really early. And
I saw them.
this time of year, we get up. I have to get up extra early this time because we have a lot of packages. Grandmas are sending presents. Friends are sending presents. So any of the packages, we want to make sure you get your packages before Christmas or your birthday or just any time you order. So we have to get up early to make sure. Halloween party?
All right.
Yes.
What is this over here?
That is the scales that's my cash register and our scales. So every package you send me, I'll weigh it and I'll put in the zip code and then it will tell me how much to charge you to mail a package.
Mailman, thank you for letting us come in.
Thank you guys for seeing me. The Sonora Post Office has been in Sonora since 1964. And does anyone know how we deliver mail? What are some of the ways we can deliver mail to you guys? Put them in a mailbox. So some of the jobs we do are they walk, they ride cars, and I was telling the other class that they deliver mail with airplanes and boats. We move the mail with trains. We move the mail with sled dogs in Alaska. In Arizona, we deliver mail using horses and mules. And in some of the places, I believe in Alabama, they use a seaplane. So we can get mail anywhere from Sonora to any place in the world using planes, trains, and automobiles. We could get a letter to California tomorrow. If y'all had a friend in Alaska, for 49 cents you could send him a letter and it would be there in about 2 to 3 days. Or we could send it here to your grandmothers, your moms and dads. For 49 cents, we can get a letter to anybody you want to send a letter to. Even Santa Claus. Yeah. Well, we can mail letters to Santa Claus.
You just mail your letter to Santa.
Ooh. So, you mailed your letters today to Santa Claus?
Some of them did.
Some of them? Then that means we could have it to the North Pole, I would say by Saturday. I've been working for the post office. I've been working for the post office for almost 18 years, or almost 19 years. I've carried mail in Louisville. I've worked in E-Town. I've worked in Hodgenville. Now I work here in Sonora, Kentucky, and this is probably, hopefully, going to be my last place, but because I've done almost every job you can do in the post office. And I think working in the window, selling stamps and having the packages is probably the best job that I could probably do in the post office. Now in the post office we have police officers, you could be a pilot, you could be a train driver if you wanted to drive trains. Yeah. Well, you can be a...
You can be a mail carrier.
You can be a mail carrier, yeah. So you could be a mail carrier here in Sonora or E-Town or a big city like Louisville. UPS?
Yeah, I'm going to drive the planes and the big trucks.
Well, that's cool. UPS. I work for UPS for a while.
I want to drive a plane train.
So what do y'all want to be when y'all grow up, though?
What do you want to be when you get big? Okay, listen. Let's tell them one at a time. Let's tell them one at a time. Zoe, what do you want to be when you get big?
I get big. Daddy get big.
Okay. Kaylee, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be? What do you want to be, Mason?
Mom will be a milk carrier.
Okay. What do you want to be, Brayden?
I want to work with my papa at UPS.
All right. Cooper, what do you want to be? You gonna work on cars? I bet. Kylie, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A track. A mom and a teacher.
You said that before.
Mom and a teacher.
Brantley, what do you want to be when you grow up? A cop?
Cop? Cool.
What do you want to be, Cheyenne? A mommy. What do you want to be, Tron?
A driver and plane on the beach.
Driving planes on the beach. I like that.
That's a cool one. I like that one.
Charlie, what do you want to be?
A police officer.
Okay.
What do you want to be, Bryson?
A dinosaur.
A
A
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
If you
What do you want to be, Wyatt?
water,
What do you want to be when you grow up? Tracks.
Truck driver?
Like you want to ride on like a train on the tracks, or do you want to ride a race car on a track?
Coca track.
A go-kart track. Maybe you want to go on a go-kart track. Jayla, what do you want to do?
Train.
You want to like work on trains? All right. What do you want to do, Kennedy?
I want to be a tutu train.
All right. You want to be a choo-choo train? What do you want to do, Greta?
A doctor.
A doctor? What kind of doctor?
Huh?
A doctor for like kids, adults, or animals?
Kids.
Kids? Donald, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A tutu train driver.
All right, like a conductor. Sophia, what do you want to be? Mommy and daddy?
Well, see, that's all cool. And there's lots of jobs you can do. And, you know, the post office is just one job. You order your packages, go on the internet, type it away, spend some of your mom and dad's money, and in a few days you can get the package delivered to your house. Like,
Look at all these boxes.
we've got, today, my two carriers for Sonora, we had close to 326 packages for today.
And guess what?
And
Listen, Charlie.
so they delivered this, one of my carriers had 1,000 letters. So they had 1,000 letters, close to 25 for one of my carriers, and close to 260 magazines. So every day I have to keep track of how much mail they take in, how much mail we bring back. So during Christmas time alone, my two ladies go from 20 to 30 packages, and then about after Thanksgiving, close to 200 packages a day they're taking out to Sonora. Everybody lives in Sonora and a little bit in LaRue County. So 200 people are getting packages today. So that's a lot of presents somebody's getting.
What did you need on your cards to send them out?
Stamps.
A stamp? What else? The sticker to hold it on the back, but what was in the middle of that? What did we have to write? Here, let me show you
So
one.
how do I get a letter to you guys? Do I just write Jaden on it, or do y'all need like an address?
Look, what is this right here?
The name.
The name. Their name is right here, and the address, like Mr. Byron was telling you, is who it's going to. And then this address right here is in case it lets them know who's sending it to them, so who they're getting it from. So remember, you have to have this, what's this called? Their name and their address. And this is your stamp. This is your money. This is you paying for your letter to get sent out. Remember, he's talking to you about, it was 49 cents to send this card out to someone. Does anybody else have anything to ask him? Did he answer everything that you guys thought about?
So let me just say this. If you send a letter to Santa Claus or to Grandma or to your friends, always make sure you put your return address on there so we know who to bring the letter back to. We have letters addressed. We have letters sometimes. My two helpers have been doing this job 25 years. So sometimes we get letters addressed to the Purple House on the corner. And we know where the Purple House on the corner is because they've been mailing letters like that for years. Before there were zip codes or addresses, it was always a landmark. Second house from the big tree. But today with computers, we have to have addresses. So just remember to always put your address on there.
What do you guys tell Mr. Byron?
No, thank you guys for coming.
He gets to sort your all's cards out here in a little bit and get them sent out sometime maybe today or tomorrow, okay?
Tell him what'll happen.
Okay, so this afternoon, I will get all the mail, all the packages people have mailed out, and I will empty this box and the blue box out front, and I'll put it in the back. And one of our drivers from Louisville, he starts off in the morning. He'll drive all the way from Louisville to Tennessee, picking up mail. That's his whole job. By 6 o'clock tonight, your letters will be in Louisville. And by 10 o'clock tonight, if you're mailing them out of the state, they'll be on an airplane. We put all the mail on airplanes that are going out of Kentucky. But if they're staying here in Kentucky, we'll take it by truck. The big tractor trailers you see on the expressway, they'll bring them to every post office every morning by 4 o'clock. So your letter's in there by tonight. By the time you go to bed, we'll already be in Louisville. And they'll be sorted and ready to come back either to Sonora or wherever you mailed them to. So before you go to bed, those letters are already coming back to us.
I have a question. Even though they live in Sonora, why can't they just stay here? Why do they have to go all the way to Louisville?
The reason for that is we need a count of the mail. We need to know how much mail is coming in and out of Sonora and how much mail is in the mail stream. And that helps the post office know, hey, Sonora does a lot of mail. Maybe we need to have another employee down there to help him out, which is not going to happen. But the reason is it has to go to Louisville is they have to count the mail. They need to know how much mail is traveling in the United States, and then they report that to Congress. And then Congress helps with the funding here.
Mr. Byron, thank you so much for letting us come.
Hello, I'm Miss Chelsea and we're at Creekside Preschool, and our friends just came to the post office and we got to mail a Christmas letter. Can we say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas!
on the bus go blink, blink, blink. All through the town. The people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The people on the bus go up and down, all through the town. The baby on the bus goes wah, 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 wah. The baby on the bus goes wah, 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 all through the town. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back, all through the town. Is that enough? Need to add any more? The horn? Oh, the horn. You ready? The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 all through the town. The what? Oh, the money. We gotta do the money.
Oh my goodness.
The money on the bus goes clink, 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 clink. The money in the box goes clink, 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 all through the town. What, Brandley? The door, the door. All right, the door real quick. We'll do the door, the mommy, and the daddy, and then we're done, okay? Ready? Let's do our door. The door on the bus goes open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The door on the bus goes open and shut, all through the town. The daddy on the bus says, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. The daddy on the bus says, it's okay, all through the town. The mommy on the bus says, shh, 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 shh. The mommy on the bus says,